Today, we're gonna see what it would be like if the Toronto Maple Leafs traded Auston Matthews. Now, Leafs fans, this is all for video purposes. I'm not saying he's going to get traded at all. This is just a what if. Make sure you guys like the video. So let's just go ahead and see what the lines are gonna be like. Now, obviously, Matthews is not on here. We got JT at left wing with Willie Stiles and Marner all at the top line, so still very good. But then when you start going down deeper in the lineup, we got Matty Knees, Scott Laughton, and Kempf at right wing. Not a bad second line, but once you go down to the third, you got Pacioretty, Jurok, and Holmberg. And then you got Lorenz, the knockoff, Jason Robertson, and McMahon at the right wing fourth line slot. It could definitely be worse, but definitely not the best. Now let's go ahead and see where Auston Matthews went. Now I went ahead and put Matthews on the Islanders. I don't know, they got the first pick in the draft, so I figured I might as well. You know, you got Bo Horvat, Matthews, and Barzal at line number one. You know, good line. And then the rest of the team, I mean, doesn't really matter too much. Our focus here is mainly just to see how Auston Matthews does away from the Leafs and also how the Leafs do without Matthews. So with that being said, let's go ahead and sim season number 1. Alrighty, so we're just gonna jump right into the playoffs now. If this video didn't piss Leaf fans off already, this definitely will. In the first round, the Leafs got destroyed by the Boston Bruins. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know how, you know, EA is familiar with the lore as well. I mean, Boston did end up getting swept in the next round, so whatever. That's kind of crazy. I don't know what to say. But let's look at the regular season stats. The Leafs did finish second in the division, you know, 107 points, 51 wins, 26 losses, a good season. Let's look at the individual stats on the Leafs. Willie Stiles finishes with 82 points. Then it was JT with 72. Mitch Marner, 80 games played, 69 points. Not a good season from him. But now, the moment of truth. How did Auston do on his new team? Auston Matthews, 78 games played, 92 points. 46 goals, 46 assists, so he was still doing his thing. Barzal, 72 games played, 57 points. Crap the bed. And as you can see, still did not help the Islanders in the standings really at all. But with that being said, let's go ahead, sim season number 2. Hopefully we don't go against Boston in the first round. Alrighty boys, sim number 2. How did the Leafs do in the playoffs? They got swept by the Lightning. Man, this is kind of pissing me off a little bit. I'm not a Leafs fan, but like, come on. Lightning ended up winning the second round against the Islanders, Auston Matthews' team, so we kind of got snuffed a little bit here, but the Islanders made it to the second round of the playoffs. And then Dallas ended up winning in Game 7 against the Rangers in the Cup final. So let's go ahead and look at the team stats. The Leafs ended up finishing third this time. 94 points, 44 wins, 32 losses. Not as good as last season. Definitely seems like more of a bad season for the Maple Leafs. I'm curious to see how the Islanders did in the regular season. The Islanders finishing fourth in the Metro. 40 wins, 36 losses for them. Not the greatest season, but I mean, hey, they made the playoffs. And then finally, let's look at the individual stats. Mitch Marner finished with the most points again. No really surprise there. I mean, could have been Nylander, but Marner, 78 points. And then you got Nylander, 73 points. Definitely not a good season for him either. So with the Leafs still finishing third and the players performing like this, it's a little bit of a shocker, honestly. You'd think they might have done a little bit worse. But anywho, can the Leafs make it out of round number 1 in the third sim? I kind of hope so. Alrighty, boys, sim 3 is now complete. And finally, the Maple Leafs make it out of the first round. They ended up winning in 6 games against Florida. You know, the best team, you know, could be the best team in the NHL right now. But Leafs end up winning in the first round. Then heading into the second round, they went ahead against the Lightning, and unfortunately, they lost in 7 games. It was a very close series as well. Very unfortunate, but Dallas also went ahead to win the Stanley Cup again, so they won back-to-back years. If we want to look into the team stats, the Maple Leafs ended up finishing in third again. 45 wins, 32 losses. Another great season, kind of the same as last year in terms of regular season. Not the best, but obviously still third in the division. Also, let's take a look at the Islanders as well. Islanders finishing third place in the Metro, dude. 44 wins, 29 losses. They're making some improvements here. And lastly, let's look at the individual stats. Willie Stiles finishing with 91 points this season, 35 goals, 56 assists. Definitely a lot better than last season. But then we have Scott Laughton finishing with the second most points, 63. Scott Laughton, he's terrible. But real quick, let's go ahead and check out Auston Matthews. 109 points, 67 goals, 42 assists. Auston Matthews is turning up. Same thing with Barzal. He had a good season, 88 points, as well as Horvat with 83. But anywho, let's go ahead into sim number 4. Hopefully, dude, I want to win a Stanley Cup. So we just went ahead and sim the 4th season. In the first round, the Leafs went up against the Panthers, and they lost in 6 games, man. We lose in the first round once again. If we look at the Islanders as well, the Islanders actually did lose in the first round as well in 7 games against the Caps. So Matthews, still no cup for him. Let's look at the regular season stats. The Leafs finished 4th place this time. Barely made the playoff cut. I mean, 90 points, 42 wins, 34 losses. Not too good of a season for the Leafs in the regular season. You know, they are pretty known to be a great regular season team, but this season was not it. And then if we look at the Islanders finished 1st place, bro. 49 wins, 30 losses, number 1 in the Metro. What a season for the Islanders. Heading into the individual stats, Marner, 82 games played, 78 points. Not a good season for him, really. Willie Stiles, 76 games played, 77 points. So he was at least averaging a point a game. JT, 82 games played, 61 points. Not a good season, bro. Like, these are not good numbers, bro. And then you have Scott Lawton, who somehow finished 2nd place with points on the teams this season with 45. Not ideal. But let's go ahead and see how Matthews did. I mean, the Islanders were 1st in the Metro, so he had to have had a good season. 125 points. 76 games played. 82 goals, 43 assists. This guy went off. And then, I mean, you have Horvat with 90, Barzal with 90. Like, Auston Matthews is kind of him. But let's go ahead and sim the final, the last season, to see if we can make it at this point out of the first round. If we make it to the second round, video complete. So, boys, in our final sim, did the Leafs do good in the playoffs for once? In the first round, we went up against the Sabres, and we lost in 5 games, dude. Come on. We made it out of round 1 time in this sim. We did not make it past the second round at all. It just gets to a point, man. We lost to the Sabres in the first round. The Sabres actually went up to the Eastern Conference Final, in which they actually won against the Devils and made it to the Cup Final, which is insane. They did get smacked by the Vancouver Canucks, but whatever. So let's go ahead and look at our team stats. In the Atlantic, the Leafs finished 2nd place with 98 points, 46 wins, and 30 losses. Not a great season, not a bad season. And in the Metro, the Islanders finishing in 2nd place. Okay, so the Islanders have actually been a better team with just the addition of Matthews. By a huge margin, may I add. And the Leafs are just the same team. I don't know. But 110 points, 50 wins, 22 losses. Insane season for the Islanders with just adding 1 player. That's crazy. Let's look at our individual stats. Marner finishing with the most points again. 82 games played, 99 points. So these are the kind of points we should be seeing from Marner, in which we've only seen maybe like 2 seasons. And then JT in second, 85 points. I guess Willie Stiles got hurt earlier in the season. He only played 52 games, but had 57 points. So maybe if we had Willie Stiles, you know, there for 82 games on that pace, we would have done a lot better. Still sad. So let's go ahead and look at the Islander stats. See how Matthews did. Matthews finished with 107 points in 77 games. I wonder if the injury was towards the end and maybe he was out for the playoffs. That's maybe why the Islanders got first rounded. Who knows? But then Barzal, 86 points, Horvat, 73, not the best. But what I learned from this video is that the Leafs are really no different without Matthews, and Matthews can still perform on other teams. As sad as that is for some Leafs fans to, you know, see, it's kind of what I've came up to at this point. But anywho, I appreciate you guys for watching. If you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you love me, hit that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.